Guys, welcome back to the channel. Jimmy Flipping Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. Gotta love my little what do you call it, ambiance I got going right now. You know, and the bad part about that is that literally is less than an hour's worth of work to put a whole new headliner on. I got the headliner, I got the thing down. I just have not found the time, but that is not the topic of the video, although I do find that amusing. So welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flipping Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. I have had a few things go on in the last 24 hours. The first one, the most exciting, that I did not have time to bring y'all along for, was I came home from a side gig during my lunch break to get the rest of the packages on out for the day. A couple had my service agreement with the main marketplace that I'm on has changed, and I am not quite sure how to set lag time in yet, so anything that comes out that is ordered by 11 a.m. has to be shipped the same day at the moment, so makes it difficult. So I was coming home on my lunch break to catch back up. You know, when I left this morning, I think there was one. I come home and let the dog out, do all that stuff. So anyway, I had quite a few, and I got them all set up. I'm on time. Like I got 30 minutes to get to the post office, so that means I got 10 minutes to play with the dog. The dog definitely deserves it, sitting by the door all day waiting on me to come home, and then I'm there 2 hours, hardly give her any attention, and then so I was able to do that. And then when it's time to go, I sit down in the car and I don't have my keys. Not only that, I have no idea where they're at, and time is ticking, like the post office is fixing to close, right? And I started to get a little scatterbrained, started to get a little flustered, started flinging stuff. It reminded me of the old days of me and my little temper tantrums, and I had to say, God, you know, just, and I say this not to brag, but you know, please give me the capacity to handle this situation in an appropriate fashion, right? The temper tantrum doesn't accomplish anything. Matter of fact, it loses other stuff. It's just, if anybody's ever been there, you know, I've done real well at maintaining posture overall as I've gotten older. That's a skill that I have gotten much better at, right? But this particular situation kind of caught me off guard, and you know, I was starting to decide that, you know, okay, it's just not in the cards. Like these things that are supposed to go out priority with a scan today, it's just not going to happen. I mean, you know, I don't know if y'all have ever, I'm sure you've been there, for those that are resellers, and you know, a lot of people are more laxed about shipping. I take the service promises very serious. I take the on time, you know, stuff very, very serious, and so it was hitting me in a you know, a way that was not feeling comfortable. But nevertheless, you know, I did look down, you know, at my phone, and it is 4:45, and I just said, okay, God, if it's meant to be, like, this is the time. It literally takes like 16 or 17 minutes to get from my house to the post office, and it's 4:45 on a 5 o'clock close. It's got to happen now. Like you know, this is it, right? And I kid you not, just, you know, whatever it is, just if it's going to happen, it needs to happen now. And you already know that. You already know that. But here's me asking you, right? And I swear, the next thing that I lifted, I found the keys. You know, so I'm brushing the dog back in the house. I'm going. The GPS, when I log it on, even though I know exactly where, I'm kind of pacing myself to see where I am on the time zone or time frame, right? And I log on to it, and it's like 5 o'clock. USPS will probably be closed by the time you get there. Yeah, shut up. I gotta go. You know, and of course, when you're running late, and things need to happen, right? And in the grand scheme of life, none of this matters. But in the right here, right now, you know, it matters, right? So it at the time when things matter, right? Every slow moving vehicle in the whole country gets in front of you on your way to where you're going, right? Like everybody. Nevertheless, I get there, I run up the steps with my tote, right? Knowing that chances are it's probably closed because they normally close a minute or two early anyway. I know all of this heading out there. And I get up there, and sure enough, the blinds are flipped. They are closed. And there's people on the dock. There's absolutely people on the dock. Like post office people. And the big truck, the one that takes all my stuff, is still there. Like I run around the corner, it's still there. There's a guy at the gate. I said, man, you think I can squeeze some more stuff into that truck? And he thinks about it for a sec. He says, yeah, go ahead, man. I made it. Like I made it. Again, to some people, maybe not a big deal. To me, it's a big deal. It worked out. So that was a beautiful thing. I figured I'd tell you about that. I did have some issues last night, first thing this morning, whatever. Officially for me, regardless of the clock, it was last night. But, you know, in reality, by the real clock, it was first thing this morning. You know, I have a Mercari order, and I've heard some trash about Mercari lately with the sellers and everything, so it had kind of already spooked me. But anyway, I had an order for a medium set of women's panties, underwear, right? And I didn't have the medium. Like, I'd sold them on eBay, and somehow I didn't take them off of Mercari. I mean, it happens. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen, and it happened this time. Now, here's the deal. They were, you know, a particular cut, right? A particular brand, a particular cut, a particular style, however you want to call it, right? So I get to looking, I figured, hey, maybe I can hook them up with something else instead with their approval, right? So I throw in the brand. I throw in the brand into my website. I throw in the cut, and sure enough, something else pops up. I mean, I have what they want, just not the right size. But another one pops up, same cut, same brand, same style, everything, different colorway. It's a 3-pack, and these are a different color. It'll probably work, right? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, underwear is underwear for most of us. You know, price point guides us, and maybe style, but color, maybe. But most of the time, you can make it happen, right? That's what I was trying to do. But as you all know, the ones that are on Mercari, there is no way like eBay to send a picture. There's no way like Bonanza. There's no way like, you know, I forget if Posh does it. I haven't done Posh in 6 months. But nevertheless, I think they do. And you know, there's several others that you can at least backdoor the email that says you have a sale and send them back through something with an attachment. I couldn't do that with this one. And with Mercari, I have in the past sent links with wording like, I'm not trying to get you to buy, but since you've already purchased here, would you like this instead? And send the link to my website. You know, Mercari, no fees. Like, there's no motivation for me right now to, you know, to grab the customer at all. Like, but they caught it. They haven't caught it in the past, but they caught it this time. And they sent me excuse me, I think nope, I'm good. You know, a prohibited conduct warning. You know, and I know they just hit, I don't know if y'all watch him, he's a whole lot more popular than this channel, but ADHD Dave, he used to be the North Carolina picker. I always liked that name better too, so, you know, whatever. But They got him for like $500, and I don't know if they gave it up yet or will ever give it up, because apparently he said something in their terms says basically they can keep it if you get banned. And I knew they weren't going to ban me on this one, but this is the second time on Mercari in a matter of months that I've had to cancel, and I do like to. Yeah. I do like to provide a good shopping experience, and the same reason I closed out my catalog on Poshmark was, for the cost to benefit ratio of the time it takes to put the stuff on there, and then again, once it sells somewhere else and not on Poshmark, then I got to spend the time on Poshmark taking it off of there, and then on the chance that I forget, because I am manually doing all of it, if I forget, then the customer is the one that gets hurt out of the deal. They want something, they spend the time, and time is valuable. It's our most valuable commodity, right? And they pay for it, and then it cancels like it's a waste, right? And I don't like that. So effective today, I cashed out my balance, and I got rid of my Mercari. I didn't like kill it, but I deactivated everything. And I'm done with it. I haven't even listed anything on there in like 6 months. I'm running on fumes there, which is fine, but I mean, ultimately I gave it a good go, and it was like, hold on, 1% of my income, just not even worth it, but still, for the amount of work that I'm putting into it now, I'd sure hate to lose eBay and not have Mercari to fall back on. Give me just a sec. Like I said, I sure would hate. So at any rate, long story short, I'll save you all of the rigmarole, but effective today, I did take down my Mercari store for the time being. That way, I can preserve the marketplace if I ever do need it, or whether I start to auto list and delist. But right now, I'm not there, and that's just the way it is. So you got the post office, you got the auto list and delist. There's other stories, but we are already 7-8 minutes, and from what the analytics say, I have already lost most of y'all anyway. So y'all have a wonderful day. For those that have made it this far, thank you so very much. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, all right? Bye.